An awesome mask design is a rare find, but today I'm delivering the goods. I'm going to show you how to make this super comfy and cool mask. So let's start things off with the materials. All that you really need is some kind of your cotton for the inside, cotton for the outside. You're going to need the pattern. You're going to need some clips and some pins and some ear loops. I'll show you where I got these super cool ear loops. Link in the description. And a sewing machine. And that's really all you need. Everything else was kind of extra, just to help out. So here's the pattern. I'll put a link in the description to where I got it. This is going to help you cut out the inside and the outside cotton. And basically you just cut it out. And then once it's cut out, you're going to go ahead and sort of align it to your pattern to see which, where you want it to go. In this case, this is Baby Yoda, so I'm trying to think which parts of the mask I want Baby Yoda's face to be on. Make sure it's not upside down. So you see we're doing it right side. Now, very important, you flip it the other way so that the back side is facing you, and then go ahead and cut out another one. And this just makes sure that it's not going to be flipped upside down or backwards or anything. And here I'm just using a rotary cutter tool so that it's a little bit easier. You definitely don't need this tool at all. It just makes your life a little bit easier. So now what I'm doing here is I'm just pinning using these safety pins, or whatever you call these clips. They're not pins, they're clips. I'm just using the clips to hold the two together, the pattern to the cotton, and then I go ahead and I cut it straight through. As close to the edges as I can get. It actually doesn't have to be perfect, but the closer to perfect it is, the easier it is to get things to line up. So there we go. Now you take both right sides and you put them together and stack them. Just like you see me doing. Go edge to edge. Make sure it's nice and put together. As best as you can. The neater you can be, the better. And now we just go ahead and we use those clips and we clip the two sides together, but we leave that left side available to be sewn. Don't put any clips there. So like I was saying before, you can use this pattern for both the inside and the outside. That was the outside that we did there because it's the Baby Yoda. You're just gonna fold this part along the line that you saw there, the line closest to the curved edge. And this part's a little tricky, so this is the inside fabric. So basically what you're going to do is you need to have it open like a butterfly in a way. So you're going to fold the cotton over the way that you saw me fold it, and then you're going to slide so that the straight side is against that edge, and then you're going to cut it out in that way. And basically you need two of these to make one for your mask. So you're going to see me do it once here. Then I'm going to do the same thing again. I fold it over, leaving enough space for the pattern to be cut out. And then I go ahead and cut it out. And as you can see, I'm not cutting it perfectly or anything. It'll be cut perfectly later. Now we're just going to stack the two of them on top of each other. You don't have to be as meticulous as I'm being, but it's, the more accurate it is, the better. It just makes it easier down the line. And then I go ahead and I try to line up those left sides on all of them, those straight side. And then we're just going to do the same thing where we pin them together and we cut them out. And obviously you can use scissors. You don't need the rotary tool, but I just love this rotary tool. Feels like I'm cutting a pizza, but I mean... Pizza's nice. I'm kidding. It's just a nice way to cut. And you pin them together, and you can see those right edges are what are going to be sewed. Only sew those sides. Don't sew the whole thing, just those right sides. And now we're going to go ahead and sew them. I'm starting off with the inside. You can start off with whatever, inside, outside. Important thing, just leave, a good 1/2 inch seam allowance and do a lock stitch at the beginning where you just go forward and back and then forward, and then same thing at the end. So this part, once they're both done, you're gonna attach them both wrong sides facing out. As you can see, the wrong sides facing out on the pretty material with Baby Yoda. And for me, with the black material, it doesn't really matter because I'm doing black inside, but you'd have the wrong side facing out because you're going to flip it inside. And you stack them together just the way I'm stacking them. And what you're going to do is sew along the top edge only. And I put pins to hold them together, and then I use the clips to hold them together as well. And this is what it should look like at the end. You're only going to sew along that top edge and the bottom edge. You have to leave the sides alone or you're not going to be able to flip it back inside out. It's going to ruin it. And we're just going to do the exact same thing. 1/2 inch seam allowance. Lock stitch to start. And just pull out those pins as you go or you might mess up your needle. And then lock stitch to end it. I just flipped it over to the other side. And we're doing the exact same thing. And all those were straight stitches. I'm going to use a zigzag stitch. This is to simulate a serge, just to make the edges of the material more durable. And this is kind of a long process here, as you're going to stitch the entire outside of it. As you can see, don't do the inside, just the outside. Some zigzag stitching all around it. If you have a serge machine, you can use that, but I don't. So this works just fine. I'm not sure if it even needs it, to be honest. It just supposedly helps it last longer. And the mask that I've made, I'm filming this a long time after the fact. This mask I've worn a lot. It still is holding up just fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's been months. We're going on airplanes and stuff with it. It's good. So now you're just going to fold it inside out. And you can see I put it on the towel. We're going to iron it. So just fold it nice and inside out. And I'm going to iron that center part so it's nice and flat, and then flip it over and iron the center part again. We're basically just going to go around and iron and fold. As you can see, folding this top part. Eventually we're going to fold the sides and just iron things so that they stay nice and neat. Ironing is like a nice secret to just making sure your fabric stays and does exactly what you want it to do. So now I fold this part over once. We're going to fold it a second time, but not yet. There we go. Now you fold it the second time and iron it. And that's going to be where your ear loops are going to get attached to. I fold it over and then I iron it in half. Everything is going to be super nice and neat. I'm not the best, at sewing and putting things together, but I'm still good. Like enough to make things look right. So you saw where I pointed. We're just going to sew across there, just enough to put the ear loops. And now that we've sewed those together, now we're going to attach these ear loops that I was telling you guys about. I'll put the link in the description once again. These are super nice. Basically, I just put the edges together at the corners, as you can see there. And then we're just going to put a little sew on them, just a little lock stitch forward and back. And the way that I do it, the easiest way I found it, is you put the safety clip on it, the clip on it, and then I put the needle straight through it while it's still on, and then I pull it out. Put the foot down, as you saw, I put the presser foot down. And then you sew back, go forward to the end, and then lock stitch as well. And then just repeat that for each side. Put it down, pull the clip out, and go ahead. That's all it needs. Just 4 really short stitches just to hold everything together. And I remember looking up online what makes a mask keep you safe. This is one of the parts. Multiple layers of cotton keeps you safe, as well as this filter. So those working together, the multiple layers of cotton and the filter, help keep you safe. I'll put that link in the description as well. Just got it off Amazon. All these things I just got off Amazon. except the fabric. I picked that up at Joann's Fabric. And here you can see the finished mask design goes up over your nose really nice. Thanks for watching.